Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Joe Biden already bailed you guys out the first fucking time because Donald Trump screwed you over his first term in office. You guys seen what the fuck he did to you, and then you voted him back in again, and you think that we're supposed to have some sympathy points, or you going on CNN crying because he's fucking your shit up again? Really? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. The farmers in motherfucking Nebraska, Wisconsin, all of these states that are being affected, and they're trying to come on social media and the news stations crying now for sympathy points because they fucked themselves over by voting for this orange little bitch. Nah, it's too late for that shit now. Suck it the fuck up and struggle for the next 4 years.
Welcome back, Sparkles Show family, where the drama is real, the satire is spicier than Grandma's chili, and we give mad credit to the originators and stitches bringing the stories alive. Today, we turn our glittering eyes to Nebraska. Yes, you heard that right. Nebraska, the land of corn, cattle, and, apparently, consequences. Let's dive into the rest of the video, and we will be back for more commentary.
So as a Nebraskan, the farmers predominantly voted for the current president. They also voted for Pete Ricketts and Deb Fischer, who aren't doing anything for them. And China announced that they're not going to buy corn and soybeans today, or I think they've done it over the last couple days. I think it was last week. Because of the trade war, their current president that they voted for decided to wage, a trade war with China. They're not going to buy your goods. And I know that a lot of you have said that you want aid. Well, as a taxpayer who lives in Nebraska who did vote for the right candidate, I don't think I want my tax dollars going to bail you out. I think you actually should sit in your decisions and feel the effects. You want us to. Every time we vote for a Democrat and you say they're horrible. So at this point in time, I'm going to tell you the same thing you say to me back. You wanted to vote for this. Now you get to deal with the consequences. And I don't think I should have to bail you out because I work hard for my money too. And my dollars shouldn't bail out your bad decisions. So yeah, today I'm telling you, the farmers here in Nebraska, you need to deal with your own decisions. It's your consequences, not mine, and I don't want to pay for them.
This storm that happened in Nebraska is crazy. Check this out. Watch this video.
On my feed at the moment, I'm getting a lot of don't you guys care about Nebraska? In 6 months, we're going to be out of money. Fafo. No, we don't care about Nebraska. We care about those tiny little blue purple dots. But your MAGA asses, we don't give a shit about. Because we now know, honestly, I don't think most of us knew this but we now know that Nebraska is somewhere between 45 and 65% undocumented labor. You in Nebraska had to have known that because you went to the polls intentionally to get those undocumented people out of your state. What with their flavor and spices and ability to sway their hips and, stamp their feet in time to the music, you were fucking offended as hell. Now, there was that, disconnect between, they do all the work and they pay the taxes, but we want them out. I don't know, I guess you guys thought there was going to be some kind of surge of white people just be like, oh, thank the Lord, we've been looking for this job for forever. Please pay me less than minimum wage. I cannot wait. Oh, right, they didn't. And before ICE could even show up to get your undocumented workers out, they up and left, taking their tax payments with them, which was part of the reason why you guys will be out of money in 6 months. All that I want to lower my taxes shit, congratulations, now they're lower. We are sad that Nebraska might go under because we understand what you guys raise and grow. We understand what will be missing. We're sad about it, but we knew what was going to go missing when Trump was, your top pick, your only pick. Did you even have another candidate? And when we read Project 2025, we knew what was coming. You must have known what was coming. You just somehow thought there was this, surplus of skilled white laborers just lollygagging, waiting for this moment. You could have called Florida and asked them how it was going there.
Maybe y'all saw the news out of Nebraska today. Apparently our entire state is going to go bankrupt in 2 quarters. Me and my husband owned a cattle ranch here, and I can confirm that all of the cattle ranchers here overwhelmingly voted for Trump. We support him. We voted for him. Something like 70% of our entire workforce is undocumented immigrants, and they straight up are not showing up for work anymore. They have all either fled the country, fled the state. They don't want to get raided while at work, so they have just moved on to work somewhere else. And straight up, we are gonna go bankrupt now. We are gonna go bankrupt. And yeah, we voted. We knew that the immigrants would get deported and he was coming after immigrants, yet we still voted for it. Overwhelmingly voted for our own demise. I was talking to my husband last night. Maybe y'all saw the news out of Nebraska today. Apparently our entire state is gonna go bankrupt in 2 quarters. Me and my husband owned a cattle ranch here, and I can confirm that all of the cattle ranchers here overwhelmingly voted for Trump. We support him. We voted for him. Something like 70% of our entire workforce is undocumented immigrants, and they straight up are not showing up for work anymore. They have all either fled the country, fled the state. They don't want to get raided while at work, so they have just moved on to work somewhere else. And straight up, we are gonna go bankrupt now. We are gonna go bankrupt. And yeah, we voted. We knew that the immigrants would get deported and he was coming after immigrants, yet we still voted for it. Overwhelmingly voted for our own demise. I was talking to my husband last night, and I have to admit that it seems a bit foolish now when you think about it like that we voted for something that is now putting us directly out of business.
Welcome back, Sparkles Show family. So our beloved Nebraska farmers, proud, hardworking folks, have been caught in a little pickle. See, it turns out that when you throw your weight behind certain policies thinking it's all tractors and tax breaks, sometimes you end up with tariffs, trade wars, and a big ol' Mother Nature side-eye. They begged. Oh, they begged. Save us, they cried, waving their MAGA hats at the clouds. These policies are hurting our farms. They pleaded, as soybeans piled up unsold, as costs ballooned like a Thanksgiving parade float. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, bam, Hailstorm. Nature herself RSVP'd no to their prayer circle. It was almost poetic, like a Shakespearean tragedy, but with John Deere tractors and seed corn instead of swords and kings. And listen, let's be clear, not every Nebraska farmer is sitting there blaming everybody else. Some folks own it, some folks regret it, and some folks, bless 'em, are still out there waving those flags harder than ever, dodging hail the size of grapefruits. Now, credit where it's due, the original videos, the heartfelt stitches, and the raw footage of barns looking like Swiss cheese. Chef's kiss. You all are keeping it realer than real. But here's the Sparkles Show wisdom nugget for the day. When you sign up for the train ride, you don't get to complain about the destination after the conductor already punched your ticket, especially if you helped pick the route. Farmers, we feel for you. Trade wars, rising costs, unpredictable markets, that's enough to make anybody want to grab a pitchfork and a protest sign. But maybe, just maybe, next time, read the fine print before you go full steam ahead into a policy storm. Meanwhile, Mother Nature, she's got a sense of humor darker than ours, and she doesn't take sides. She just takes crops. Stay dry out there, Nebraska. And to everyone tuning in, remember to hug a farmer, but maybe wear a helmet just in case the sky decides to throw hands. Big shout out again to the originators and Stitches who kept it honest, hilarious, and heartbreakingly human. If you're still listening, drop an emoji in the comments, and don't forget, Sparkles Show always sees you, hears you, and laughs with you, never at you.